What I make of it, Abby, is that the Iran war has not really ended. I mean, remember when President Trump started this foolhardy and unnecessary war of choice at the end of February? He said it would be a war that would last about 4 to 5 weeks. And here we are about 5 months later. And unfortunately, the war is still continuing. I mean, I'm not sure that we're going to see a return to a full blown set of hostilities because I don't think Trump wants that, especially ahead of the midterm elections. He doesn't need gasoline prices to spike once again, especially with the U.S. petroleum reserve at its lowest level since 1983. I don't think the Iranians necessarily want a full blown war either because they still have a lot of damage to repair from the previous round of hostilities. But it's clear that the Iranians do want to control the Strait of Hormuz. They do want to make sure that 20% of the world's oil basically flows through their hands, which was not the case when Trump started this war. But now, since the war started, they've discovered that they have this weapon of economic destruction at their hands, and they don't want to relinquish it. And oh, by the way, Trump is still not accomplishing his goal of eradicating the Iranian nuclear program. So it's a mess. But what I foresee happening, Abby, is we're likely to be in this period of low-level hostilities where it's not quite full-blown peace, not quite full-blown war, but kind of alternating between periods of hostility and peacemaking. But again, I don't see us making much progress towards Trump's goal of ending the Iranian nuclear
Yeah,
program.
I mean,